Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys had a great day today. I want to thank all you guys that hung out with me here on YouTube this morning for our live stream. You got to see just what it's like in our community every morning. You got to see it's not perfect. There's never a perfect day. There's always something that may not go according to plan. There's always a mistake that we make, and the real education is learning how to deal with them, because everybody's going to run into them. The market is not perfect. It'll never be perfect, and nothing's ever going to go according to way, exactly the way we want it. So learning how to deal with these things, I think, is probably the best education that you can get. So you get to actually see what I did, how I did it. You got to watch the orders right as they execute and what I'm thinking when it happens. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. The video is right here on YouTube, but I will put the link to it in the description. So if you don't see it, you'll be able to get to it. Now, what you see up here is energy. We have to put energy into our goals. Now, this morning I saw the video, or yesterday, I saw the video. I watch ET. That's my guy. That's my life coach. And he was talking about how we need to put energy in our goals. And it's just what we need to do here in trading. That's what happens to a lot of us. If we put energy into our goals, they're going to start to be realized. But if we turn around and we're putting energy into the wrong things, then the wrong things are going to start to be realized. And that's going to keep us from I'm sorry, somebody's shooting fireworks. I don't know what the world. It scared me for a minute. But I talked to a lot of prospective traders that they just can't understand why they can't get it. And it's not because they don't have the talent. It's because their energy isn't focused in the right place. And, too many of these traders, they rely on these external sources to validate them, to help them get to, that level that they want to get to. But, it could be other traders, gurus, or furus, as some people call them, to help get them their victory, to help sustain them. They're looking to them. They're putting their energy and focus on following them versus actually learning. The truth is, all of you guys have what it takes inside of you. No, it's my job as a teacher to help get it out of you. But it all starts with focusing your energy. That's what it all starts with, focusing your energy. And it has to be on the right things. For example, I had somebody that sent me an email, said, I would have signed up, but I have to click too much on your website. And so, I decided to go with somebody else. And I was like, hey, great, because you're not the type person that can be successful. So I don't want to, I'd rather you figure out that, hey, if you're not that type person that can go in and do what they need to do and put the energy in to get to where they need to be, if you can't do these extra clicks, there's no way you're ever going to be successful in trading. No way. And it's not the first person. I've had other people tell me, well, I would love to sign up, but it's just too much to get to where I need to, what I want. And, my response is, you just don't want it bad enough. Okay, I want people who are dedicated and who are ready and willing to put the energy in to themselves. Not me. I got my energy, but I want you guys to put the energy into yourselves. You know, just be consistent. Whatever you can do, however you can do it. But that's going to get you to where you want to be. That's going to get you to becoming your own profitable trader, your own authentic self. That's what you need to be. That's what I had to do. That's the secret to my success. You know, I had to go out and do my own thing. And that's what you guys are going to have to do. But you got to learn the fundamentals. You got to develop the skills and understand what you need to get there. So just keep that energy focused on the goals that you have for learning. Just keep it focused. All right, so we're in the middle of our spooktacular sale. It's going to run through Dia de los Muertos. That's the plan. But I've only got 3 of the lifetime memberships available. You know, those I can only have so many of. So that, you know, it filled up faster than I thought. But I've only got 3 of those left. I've got, I should have enough of the Roadmap to Success specials. You know, we're doubling those. They're going from 6 months to a year. And you're still getting 1 hour a month, one-on-one mentoring time. You could split it up. A lot of traders like to split it up to 30 minutes for 2 meetings or 15 minutes a week. They just like to check in every week. So that is your option. So you can use it, move it around however you want to. Now, I get asked, I know I'm not a salesman. I always forget about a lot of the important details, but I get asked about what does the membership actually consist of. Now, both memberships are the same. You get the same for both memberships. The only difference is the lifetime one never expires. You never have to buy anything ever again. The roadmap one, this one will expire in a year. So both have the same, you get exact same with everything for both. Access to the education chat room, which if you were here this morning, you got to experience that. The mentoring, like I told you about, access to all the live classes. I typically have one on Wednesday and Sunday. This Wednesday we have parent-teacher conference, so I may not be able to do it. I've got to check the time. But I typically have them on Wednesdays. Access to all member education videos, all of the class recordings that I have, day trading, swing trading, the trading psychology class, the Roadmap to Success series that we started this year, all of the old Wednesday education webinars. Anytime I do a specific or special webinar, you have access to all of that. You get all of my trade idea scanners and any other settings that I have that if you need it, you can use it. I'll get it to you. So basically, the lifetime membership is 50% off. The Roadmap to Success membership is just double. So basically, it's 50% off, but you're getting double what you get. So it's 2 for 1. But if you have any questions, email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com, and I'll be glad to answer it. So, looking at today, you can see the SPY. For the last 2 days, we've made new highs. However, look at the candle formation. Very little volatility. We're not moving much. We're practically ending up where we started. I think there's some economic data coming out this week, especially tomorrow with the Fed coming out with their rate decision. Maybe people are just kind of waiting. I think there's a consumer spending report. But I can't remember all of them. just go back to, if you haven't seen the video, the market analysis video that I send out on Sundays, everybody should get it. Look in it. It's got the market analysis, and it talks about the economic data that's coming out this week that may influence the market. So take a look at that. But that's what's happening. We're getting a little bit more volume, but we're not getting the volatility. And we're practically closing right where we open. But we are getting really good trade opportunities. Today on Grub, this one was really frustrating because when we vetted this stock, we had shares to short. You know, I always check to make sure that there's short availability before I put the stock on watch. We had short availability. And if you're watching the live stream, if you were in chat this morning, you saw when I saw this setting up, this was the best looking stock to setting up for a 5-minute opening range. I went to jump on it, no shares to short. Okay, no shares. All of a sudden, all of the shares went. And then I didn't know this because I had taken this off and I wasn't really looking at it anymore. Somehow they got shares again. There was short availability, but I was already in another trade. I couldn't trade it anyway. Now I wouldn't be able to get in 2 trades at one time. I just don't do that. But it's good that it came back. But this was a textbook opening range and trend continuation. This is what I like to do every day. And this was a perfect stop to do it. It just so happens, you know, and it happens. You know, shorts aren't going to be available all the time if it's a stock that sets up to the short side. And that's kind of what bit me on this today. But the good thing is we're having a lot of these stocks set up and make really good moves. And that's why I'm showing you all of my watch list, because sometimes I end up picking the wrong stock, or the stock that it sets up but it doesn't move, or it never really sets up and I'm following it. But I want you to see these stocks that we have on our watch list, most of them really set up. It's just a matter of being in the right stock at the right time. K was another one. I didn't like the way this traded through all of this, but you can see once we got over the 50 and we held it and we confirmed the hold, a really nice continuation move up. Really nice move. The opening range trade was kind of foobar because of all of this support and resistance. But once it broke through this, a really nice trade. A really nice window over the 50 up to the this next level here and up through the pre-market high. So this was another one that was on our watch list that gave a really nice move. Roku wasn't on our watch list today, but this stock should have made me green on the day. I had an appointment that ran late and I ended up missing this. So, but you could see this set up for one of our continuation. If you have gone through the continuation class, you know exactly what this is. And you know exactly how to play it. You know, this is a triangle. It was forming a triangle. And you can see it was gearing up. The price action gets tighter and tighter. And then it explodes to one side or the next. Obviously, it wasn't going to go short. You can see the 200. And you can see we've been trending up all morning. Even though it was making lower highs, it was making higher lows. And we were trending up with the 200. We had even though we were dealing with the support and resistance, trading through these moving averages and VWAP, you could see the price action building up. And I wish I would have been in place to take this. This would have been a really nice trade. It did just what we were looking for it to do today, go to 150. Didn't quite make 150, but it came close. So tomorrow we may see 150 on this. But really sucks that I missed this one. This would have been a beautiful one. But sometimes timing just doesn't work out. This NXPI, this was opening range breakout attempt here. We had this is a true opening range high, but I was looking at this and we had to pull back and then the bounce off of the VWAP. And oftentimes when I get a top and tail, this tells me that we're not going to go higher, that this is it. But typically this candle's red, but this candle was green, and we had two candles to hold the VWAP here. So once we got bought up over this level and the pre-market high, I was good with this, and it just failed. It failed to push. It's like when I got in, it formed resistance and it just couldn't push it anymore. So ended up having to take this off. Really frustrating. But then it turned around and made the move. So it eventually got up over the 5-minute opening range and really made a good trade today. But it didn't get over 118.50. I'm sorry, it didn't make that, but it did get up over 118, and it did give a good move. It just, the opening range trade failed. We didn't have the volatility in it to push it. But I don't even know if I could call this a 5-minute opening range, because I got in before we broke the 5-minute opening range. So I can't say this is a failed opening range trade when it never did break the range. So I just call that a failed trade. So here we were looking at BYND, and this was on our watch. And here's the bottom and tail stock that I like to see. And this tells me that we probably aren't going to go short. We sold off all through here. We've got it open red, sold all the way off, and it got bought, and it closed near the highs. This is telling me that we probably aren't going to sell, or if we do sell, we're not going to go lower. And so I was looking long. I accidentally hit the button. I've got this gaming mouse that has these buttons all over it, and I bumped it up against the keyboard because I was trying to get everything set up, waiting for this to break the 20, and it got me in by accident. And I was like, well, I was looking to go long anyway, so let's wait and see if it eventually breaks it or not. It didn't. It pulled back a little bit. I had to get out. This was like max loss. So I had to get out here. And you can see it bounced. So once it bounced, I got back in, made a really nice trade. Didn't complete it. Didn't get back up to the 100 like I wanted to, and then we kind of sold off. But and then ended up stopping out here at break even. But I felt good about this trade. This was really nice. I had the right idea. This was just an accident, and I took full responsibility for it. I didn't get mad. I stayed focused and, got a trade here. So that was that. So if you want to see it, you see all of this action live. The video is posted here on YouTube. And again, I will put the description in the link a link in the description. And that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great night, a great evening, and we will get back at this tomorrow and see if we can continue to make this a good week.